On July 20th, 2023, a group of 2 to 4 coyotes looking for food came into my lower yard at approximately 7 o'clock in the morning. They quickly discovered my chickens and immediately went for the kill, as they were easy targets and an easy kill for the coyotes. The group killed 3 chickens and my final duck and injured 2 of my chickens as well from that flock. Today I'll be showing you the downfall of my pet flock of chickens and the harsh lessons that I've learned from it so you don't have to go through similar experiences. Before we talk about some lessons, we need to know the whole story of the downfall. And it all started on Tuesday, November 29, 2022. I was sitting in my office that evening when a fox came into my yard and tried killing my duck, named What the Duck. He managed to carry the duck to the middle of the road before we were able to intervene, and he almost managed to injure all of my ducks. However, it was nothing serious and they recovered quickly. As for What the Duck, she survived and was sent to the veterinary hospital. She was holding on to life with a single strand, basically, and any one mistake that she could have made would have costed her her life. But thankfully, in about a week, she began making a quick recovery and she was fully recovered by the second week of December 2022. But the story doesn't end there, because in the span of 2 weeks in late January and early February 2023, the same fox revisited the chicken yard and killed my ducks Captain Blackwing and the Quacken in that specific order. He was then quiet for a couple months, but then on April 9th, he came back and killed my chicken named Chicken Burger while I was at an Easter party, because April 9th, 2023 was Easter. But the fox became my least of my concerns, as on June 10th, a hawk came in and killed my chicken named Lovey at about 8:30 a.m. The worst part about it is that it was one of the most easily preventable deaths of a chicken I've ever had. But then on July 20th, we lost a total of 4 chickens in that flock due to a group of coyotes. 3 in the morning, as I said, and 1 in the afternoon. But thankfully, the pet flock would remain safe up to 2024. But on July 29th, 2024, my rooster named Falcon was killed by a coyote once again when I was in the living room watching a baseball game, this time at about 2:30 p.m. But I came to the flock about 20 minutes later and it was oddly quiet, and then I found the mess that the coyote left behind. Nothing graphic type mess. There was a lot of feathers, let's just say. It was like a whole river over there. Then a month later, on August 25th, a bobcat claimed the lives of 2 of my chickens named Abro and Fluffball. And finally in September, the fox came back and killed Goldie. And finally, on October 8th, a sharp-shinned hawk, which, mind you, is the size of a chicken, even a little bit smaller, with a wingspan of about 36 inches, claimed the life of my chicken T-Rexa. So in just 2 short years, predators have claimed the lives of 11 chickens and 3 ducks. Now let's talk about the lessons that I've learned from these attacks, and each of them basically. The first lesson I'll be talking about today applies to all the attacks, since they all happened when I least expected them, besides from the ones in August and September 2024, because the bobcat had been killing chickens, and I knew it was only a matter of time before it hit the pet flock, and I said it could be any day now, and guess what? It happened the next day. You should be always ready for the worst case scenario. You never know if that coyote that's been terrorizing your neighbor's house, your neighbor's pets or chickens or anything, will come to your chicken flock tomorrow. So never, under any circumstances, let your guard down, even if it's quiet. Just remember, things can flip like that. Because leading up to the coyote attacks in 2023, things were oddly quiet, I must say. From foxes to bobcats, even your own dog, anything can and will target your chickens for the most part, you can't really do anything about it. If you saw one of my videos recently, then you will know the majority of the attacks can be delayed but can never be fully prevented. Because at one point or another, someone or something is going to break into your chicken coop and take either all of them or a lot of them. There is no stopping it from happening, only delaying the date of its occurrence. So always have your guard up, because you never truly know what's going to end up happening. Because attacks happen when you least expect them. Even if you're not paranoid for any attacks, trust me, they happen whenever it feels like it. So just remember, it just so happens that if it happens on a random day, it happened to be that day. They happen on random days, I will say that. If you've ever witnessed your chickens get attacked by something small like a hawk, then the chicken may stand a small chance at defending themselves against a predator of that size, because they could just, run away from it. They might even be able to attack it, because my chicken Summer, who's a hen, by the way, with no sharp claws, was able to actually defend the sharp-shinned hawk while it went for her first and then T-Rexa next. But then, if they have to defend themselves against the neighbor's dog, then they may as well call it quits, because most of the time the neighbor's dog is faster, stronger, and way more brutal than a simple hen or even a rooster could possibly be. At worst, my rooster could cause a couple scratches on my puppy Linguini, but she's more ferocious, she's more dedicated to her craft. She doesn't really want to kill the chickens, she wants to eat their feathers? I don't know, my dog is weird. So they're gonna be more brutal than your hen could possibly be, and you could be wondering, what about roosters? Well, I'm about to be talking about that right about now, actually. Roosters will generally die first in a large-scale attack. Most roosters are put on this earth strictly to defend their chickens against any potential danger that comes from possible threats. So if you think about it, even for a minute, you'll understand why roosters tend to be the first to go on an attack. The issue is when the rooster dies, he typically leaves the other hens to fend for themselves. But if they're smart enough, they can go running for cover, which, as long as the door in the coop is small enough, a decent-sized predator like a bobcat, coyote, or fox, or something like that shouldn't be able to make it in the coop. So they would be defended there, but if a predator is strong enough, it could just break through the wall. So always build your walls strong. In the event of a gradual attack, the friendlier chickens tend to go first, and the reason is because they tend to have a trust bond with everything and everyone that they see, which is obviously a reason why they're constantly dying. But if you enjoyed this, you would also like this video right here in the center of the screen, which I'll talk about the dark truths about raising chickens, which actually covers some of the points more solidly than what I covered in this video. So subscribe, and goodbye, everybody. I will be seeing you guys on in 2 days for a day in the life. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far, but it's going to continue this week.